abnormality. Yeah, anxiety and abnormality, especially this is found in the children age, in the lower age. But when it appears to the children in their early age, gradually it goes together with the increasement of their age, and sometimes it can be seen in the youth, and sometimes it can be seen in the old age also. Actually, and anxiety, if we talk about the anxiety, it is a kind of fear, and it is a kind of psychological reaction of the persons whenever they see anything, any situation, any place, or any circumstances. They think that it will be more harmful to them. It will be the dangerous to them, and they are afraid with this situation, object, and place, and they try to escape from these things, and this is known as the anxiety. When we call about the anxiety, if the children's as well as the youth or the old persons are in the anxiety, these are the different terms. They can be just seen the reaction of their mind, like frustration, apprehension, panicking, tension, despair, psychopathy, depression, numbness, fear, emotion. These are the different reactions we can find in the persons who are suffering from anxiety. And if we talk about the anxiety, anxiety experience, occasional anxiety is a normal part of life. It is not so dreadly, but it is a normal part of life. It sometimes and some occasion can be seen anybody. However, people with the anxiety disorders, they are frequently have intense and excessive and persistent worry and fear about the everyday situations, not behaving the general way. Often anxiety disorder involve repeated episodes of the certain feelings, intense anxiety and fear of terror that reach a peak within the minutes, and sometimes it can be panic attacks to the victims also. These feelings of anxiety and panic interference with the daily activities are difficult to control, are out of proportion to the actual danger, and can last for sometimes can be in the longer time also. The children's having anxiety may avoid place or the situations to prevent these feelings, which makes them afraid. And symptoms may start during the childhood, and as I told, it can gradually goes to their along with the increasement of the age, and sometimes it can be seen in the old age or the youth age also. So these are the some these are the some examples of the people having anxiety. I have presented here 4 pictures. In all the pictures, they are not showing their normal behavior, they are showing their behavior abnormally. Yes, it is some confusion to us whether the stress and anxiety are same, but these are not same. They are the difference, because stress can be remain for a certain period of times when there is some disturbance, some obstacles while doing the things. The people in a stress, but that stress can remain for a short period of time. But when the people are in anxiety, it just remains sometimes permanently or sometimes for a longer period of times. There are some features, characteristics of the stress and the anxiety that make very clear difference between the stress and the anxiety. But among these characteristics, some characteristics are common. They are in the stage of stress, and they are in the stage of anxiety also. For example, when people are in the stress, just mental reactions like moodiness, irritability, or the anger can be seen on the face, on the physical expressions, or on the facial expressions, and sometimes the eye expression also shows this. Similarly, they feel loneliness. They think that there will be no one to help them when they are in need. Dizziness can be seen, and nausea, just tendency of just vomiting, can be seen. and anxious thoughts appears in their mind repeatedly. Similarly, general unhappiness, it is also one of the just features of the stress, and the feeling of being overwhelmed that can be seen on the face of the persons having stress. But when you talk about anxiety, restlessness, tenseness, sweating, nervousness, and a feeling of unease or dread can be seen on the face, or that can be expressed on the people. But there are some characteristics, mainly three characteristics, mainly three features. They are common in the stage of stress and in the stage of anxiety also. They are faster heartbeat, faster breathing, diarrhea sometimes, and the constipations. These are common in anxiety and stress. These are the symptoms of anxiety. To make it very clear, I have shared some pictures also. In this slide, there are three pictures. The first picture shows that the people having anxiety, they feel nervous, restless, and tense. The expression, the facial expression of the girl is showing this. Similarly, people having the anxiety, they have a sense of impending danger or panic or doom. The picture is also shows this. And the next characteristics of the people having anxiety is they have the increased heartbeat. Increased heartbeat rate is very high, and we can guess that they are in the anxiety, or they are fearing of something. Similarly, breathing repeatedly. They are breathing repeatedly, and they feel the sweating, and their whole body just shake. Whenever people are in the cold season or the cold places or cold atmosphere, our body shakes, thrill, like the same way when the people are afraid or in the anxiety, their whole body start trembling or shaking, and they feel very weak or tired, and they are unable to further their work. Even they are working, they want to have a rest. These are some of the characteristics. Similarly, they feel trouble in sleeping. They do not have sound sleeping. They have to waste their time. They try to sleep, but they do not get the sound sleep, and they have to, sometimes they have to waste their whole night without sleeping also. And GI problem, gastrointestinal just problems, stomach problems is we discuss in diarrhea or constipations like this, and acidity, increase of acidity. And they are having difficulty controlling worries. They are always worries, and they do not know how to control these worries, and they do not know what to do in this stage. And they are having the urge to avoid things that trigger anxiety. There are the different types of anxiety, but in this presentation, I have quoted only some of the dangerous anxiety or very common anxiety. The first one is that anxiety disorder due to a medical condition, and generalized anxiety disorder, panic disorder, selective mutism, separation anxiety disorder, substance induced anxiety disorder, and other specified and sometimes unspecified or not specified anxiety. This type of anxiety can be seen in the children as well as the youth and old also. If we talk about the first type of anxiety, it includes symptoms, this anxiety includes symptoms of intense anxiety or panic, that are directly caused by a physical health problem. This is known as anxiety disorder due to medical condition. Similarly, generalized anxiety disorder, it includes persistent and excessive anxiety and worry about the activities, events, even ordinarily routines issues. The worry is out of the proportion to the actual circumstances, is difficult to control and affects how the people or the victim feel physically. It often occurs whether anxiety disorder or the depression. And if we talk about the panic disorder, it is also a kind of very common anxiety found, especially in the children. In this type of anxiety involves created episode of sudden feeling intense anxiety and fear of terror that reach a peak within the minutes, and sometimes they feel that they have the panic attacks. They may have a feeling of impending doom, shortness of breath. They feel chest pain or rapid fluttering, pounding, and heart palpitation. Also, we can feel. These panic attacks may lead worrying about the happening again and avoiding situations in which they occur. This is a panic disorder. Another type, very common anxiety, is the selective mutism. It is a consist of failure of children to speak in a certain situations. They feel difficulty even to talk with the dangerous stranger persons. They feel very difficult to talk with their seniors, either the teachers or their parents or either brothers and sisters, either in school or the society. They feel very difficult. Separation anxiety disorder is very interesting type of anxiety disorder. We know that there is a deep attachment with the father, mother, and their childrens, and the children think that their father and mother, I mean the parents, they just always help them, guide them, and they protect them from the enemies. And the children, especially children, are always afraid that if someone come and steal them from their home, and they make them separation from their father and mother. This type of feeling repeatedly come upon their minds, and this type of anxiety is known as separation anxiety. Substance induced anxiety disorder is another type of common anxiety we can see, especially in the teenage. You know, in this age, the teenagers use different types of medication and drugs, and after using these type of things, on imbalance, thoughts come upon their minds, and they are afraid of the different situation and the things. They just afraid that they might fail to get the success in their life, and this type of anxiety is known as the substance-induced anxiety disorder. And there are still other type of anxiety. Some are specified and some are not specified. They are the terms and anxiety or phobias that don't meet the exact criteria or for other anxiety disorder, but significance enough to be distrusting and disputive. Now, next anxiety is known as the phobia. It has a special name, but it is also known as the anxiety. Phobia is also a kind of anxiety. In phobia, the people of the different age and the different groups, they are afraid of the special things, special circumstances, wherever other people do not. For example, some people are afraid in the darkness, and some people are afraid in the light, but other people do not afraid in the darkness and do not afraid of the light. So afraid, so fearing with the dark or fearing with the light is one example of phobia. Similarly, different people are afraid with the different things. Some people are afraid of water, or some people are afraid of standing in the public place, or some people are afraid traveling by plane or traveling by train, or some people are afraid to talk with the strangers. Oh, these are the kinds of the phobia. So it is also a type of anxiety, and this is also a type of fear, and this is the result from their mental thoughts. You know, when we talk about the phobia, it has phobia. They will often shape their lives to avoid that they consider to be dangerous, whatever they think that will be dangerous for them. So they do not like to be interact with this type of things. They imagine the threat is greater than any actual that posed by the cause of terrors. You know, phobias are diagnosable mental disorders. It is a kind of mental imbalance stage also. The person will experience intense distress with the source of the phobia. This can prevent from functioning normally and sometimes lead to panic attacks like in the anxiety. So these are some of the examples, symptoms, features of the phobia, as we discussed in anxiety also. So people having phobia, we just can see the sweating and trembling of their body and hot flashes or chills we can get. Similarly, shortness of breath and difficulty breathing. This is the result of the phobia, or choking sensations we can find. Rapid heartbreak we can see, and a pain of tightness in the chest. They feel that there is a pain, more pain, much pain in their chest, and the sensation of butterflies in the stomach. They just react like this. And similarly, there is the nausea and headache and the dizziness. It is the common in phobia, as we discussed in anxiety also. They just feel that they are going to faint. Similarly, they feel number of pins and needles. They are just pricking in their body, and frequently they want to drink water because they think that their mouth is very dry, and it is the psychological thing that they regularly just try to go to toilet. Actually, it is not the physically just a result, but they think mentally they think, and these are the symptoms. Similarly, of fear of fainting, they just think that they are going to be faint very soon, and a fear of losing control. They cannot control themselves. Sometimes they fall down, or sometimes they slept, or sometimes they cry also. A fear of dying, they think that they are going to die very soon. And these are some examples of phobia. The people who just afraid, who are afraid fear of the heights, this is known as the acrophobia. Some people, they are afraid to fly in the aeroplane. This is known as the aerophobia. And some people, they have just fear of the spider. This is known as the arachnophobia. Some people, they have the fear with thunder or lightning. This is known as the astrophobia. And some people, especially the children, they are just afraid being alone for a longer time. This is known as the autophobia. And even in the crowd place, people are afraid. This is known as the claustrophobia. And some people, if they see the blood, they just immediately become faint, and they are afraid. This is known as the hemophobia. And fear of water, this is known as the hydrophobia. Among these phobia, hydrophobia is very common in the society. And here is one very interesting examples. Some children, if they see the longer word having the more spelling, they think that it is quite difficult for them even to pronounce these words, and even to just remember the spelling. And this is known as the hippopotamonstrosquilidaliphobia. This is very common among the children. And there are different types of phobias. The first one is the agoraphobia. Then the second one is the social phobia. Third one is the animal phobia. And the fourth one is the specific phobia. And the last one is the situational phobia. If we talk about the different types of phobias, you know, agoraphobia, the people having the agoraphobia, they are afraid leaving home alone. If they want to go to somewhere, even to the market or schools, they do not like to go alone. They need their friends, either their brothers, sisters, or father and mother. Similarly, crowd or waiting in a line, they are afraid even in a crowds or waiting in a line. And includes the spaces such as the motive theaters, elevators, and small stores. It is quite difficult for them even to visit such places, and they don't like to go there. Similarly, open space such as parking lots, beaches, and malls, to go in such places also they are afraid. And some children, they are just afraid to using the public transportation such as bus, plane, or train. They are very afraid to get in this public transportation. They always try to avoid these things, and this is known as the agoraphobia. Similarly, the next one is the social phobia. If we talk about the social phobia, it is the fear. It is the fear from the society or the community. The people having this type of phobia, they have the certain features like interacting with unfamiliar people or strangers. They are afraid to interact, even to discuss, ask the question or answer the questions also. Attending parties or social gatherings, some people are afraid and they avoid to attend the social parties and even to go to the gatherings of the peoples. Going to school or work, they are afraid to go to school or to go to work. They like to stay inside the home, having this type of phobia. Similarly, starting conversation is, I've already told in the first sentence also, to answer the questions of the person or to ask the different questions to the people. So this is the conversation. But the people having this social phobia, they are afraid and they feel hesitation to do these things. Making eye contact, we see that some of the people, if they are talking to the people standing in front of them, they are just having hesitation to make eye contact and showing this their face down. They talk to the person without watching to their face. And people are afraid to go to dating also, having this type of phobia. And entering a room which people are already seated, if people want to enter the room where already people are seated, in that case also they are afraid and they feel hesitate to enter the room. They try to avoid such places also. And eating in front of others and using the public restroom, these are also just a hesitation to the people having social phobia. And another type of phobia is the animal phobia. Animal phobia is the such a situation that the people are afraid of the different insects and animals. And according to their fear, which they are afraid of the different insects and animals, their name is also different. For example, if the people are afraid of cats, this is known as the oilophobia. And the people are afraid of the spider, this is known as the orangeophobia. If they are afraid of the bats, this is known as the chiroptophobia. And they have the afraid of the dogs, this is known as the cynophobia. And if they have the have the afraid of the insect, this is known as the entomophobia. If they have the fear of the horse, this is known as the equinophobia. And if they are afraid with the worms, this is known as the helminthophobia. And people are afraid with the reptiles, and this is known as the orpentophobia. Similarly, especially the children are afraid of the different situations. And if they are afraid and feel anxiety of the different situation, this is known as the situational phobia. For example, people are fear to travel. This is the situation. Traveling is also a situation. And if they have fear of the travels or afraid traveling to a longer distance, this is known as the odophobia. Similarly, if people are afraid to fly in the aeroplane, this is known as the oidophobia. Similarly, people are afraid with the driving bus, driving car or private taxi. And they do not want to sit on the seat of the driver and just catch the handles, take the this is known as the omaxophobia, or sometimes ochnophobia or motorophobia. Similarly, especially the small children, they are afraid to go to the garden. They think that if they go over there, there may be some accidents of other unexpected things, and they are afraid to go there. This is known as the botonophobia. And some people are afraid to cross the bridge, especially if the bridge are high or if the bridge is longer. Most of the people are afraid. But the people having this type of phobia, they are afraid with a shorter bridge and low bridge also. And this is known as a dipriophobia. And this is the specific phobia. Specific phobia means the people have the phobia of the specific things, specific place or specific objects. It has a numberless, it has a more volume. I have just extracted only some of the examples over there. For example, if people are afraid of the blood, this is known as the hemontophobia. And hemophobia. If people are afraid of the injection, this is known as the typhoidophobia. And people are afraid with the medicine. They just afraid taking the medicine also. They have the fear to taking the medicine also. They think that if they take the medicine, instead of recovering them, instead of making them well, they will die. This type of thing repeatedly comes upon their mind. And this is known as the pharmacophobia. And some people have the fear of the sound. This is known as the phonophobia. And some people are afraid even climbing up to the house also, or the staircase also. And this is known as the acrophobia. So, so this is the anxiety we can just experience among the children, and sometimes as the increment of their age just goes chronologically, this fear or this anxiety once seen in the children age can be seen in youth and old also. So this is the end of my presentation. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you very much, sir. That was really presentation. I would like
Thank you very much, sir.
everyone to give the big hand to our Dr. Binu Prasad Satalia, sir. That was really wonderful, and we have seen that during the presentation of our Dr. Binu Prasad Satalia, sir, anxieties, these are very important topic. I would like to take the opportunity because we know that some of the economists and senior most economists are doing their research in these areas. I would like to take the opportunity to unmute our professor, Dr. Ramesh Chandra Rath, sir, to add his comment regarding the presentation of our Dr. Binu Prasad Satalia.
Good morning, sir. Namaste, Dr. Binu Prasad Satalia, sir, for a
Namaste, sir. Namaste, sir.
and vibrant speech regarding the anxiety. As belongs to same platform, psychology, clinical, being a clinical psychologist, I have observed all things that you have narrated properly, and your speech is very impactful throughout the globe. So many research scholars, students, youths, those are the employees, those are having the stress and the frustration stage, they learn a lot of things from your PPT. Your PPT very attractive not only, but also the informative, and also it is a diagnostics, proper diagnostic, how to remove the phobia, how to remove the fearness from the minds of the particularly the children, youths, those are frustrated, those are disappointed, those are tension in nowadays due to lot of pressure or work pressure. Again, in PPT, you have narrated the social consequences, psychological implementation and social consequences, how phobia leads to tension. And in that tension, this is a divert the workability, and there is a degradation, the work efficiency. That part also you have discussed properly, and how to make the stable mental concentration. That part also you have discussed properly. Thank you for a nice deliberation, and your keynote speech is very attractive. Over to Dr. Ruturaj sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you all for coming.
For our discussion. I would like to take the opportunity to meet our Rajesh Conductor. We can see, and I know that our with research and do only suggested to prevent the suicide and do it. Wonderful. I would like to have something from our conversation.
Sir, good morning, sir, and good morning to all the participants and speakers of today's Soch second day. Hearty welcome all of you. And about Dr. Binu Prasad sir's presentation the selection was very good. That on anxiety disorders in children nowadays it is increasing and also alarming. Of course, to certain extent, to mild to moderate, you can identify as a teacher, and to certain extent, we can use an anti-anxiety measures. But if it is so severe, and if it is an uncontrollable, on the time you need is an clinical interventions in an management of an anxiety. Sir has highlighted very comprehensively in the PPTs of what is anxiety, types of anxiety, and also to a certain extent phobias, how you can treat it without clinical interventions. Okay, but overall, if you see that one, how you implement the healthy living style skills, okay, and also in soft skills and adherence to these time management techniques, okay, and anti-stressful mechanisms, okay, this will helps you to reduce their anxiety, because anxiety is a trait. It is not, it becomes a disease when it is persists for a long time, according to ICD-10. Okay, so sir has highlighted very comprehensively, and it was very, very nice and very comprehensive about anxiety, what is anxiety and its management. Thank you, sir. Very nice to hear from you. Thank you. Good luck. Thank you, sir. Thank you for.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you very much,
Namaskar.
Dr. Rajesh Pagnu, sir, Dean, Research and Innovation, Commodore Research Center. We would like to congratulate our Dr. Vinupasad Sutalia, sir, for such a brilliant presentation in this platform. And we have seen that our professors, our academicians working in that area, Professor Dr. Ramachandra Raj, sir, Professor Rajesh Pagnu, sir, they have mentioned in their comment that that presentation was wonderful, timely, and it is helpful for our researcher and academics. Our appreciation to our Vinupasad Sutalia, sir, for such a wonderful, brilliant presentation in this platform.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much, sir.